Hello everyone and welcome to my The Bold Fans channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Hope Logan Spencer, Annika Noel, hasn't been on screen much lately, according to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful BNB, so it's time to bring her back into the action. If Hope discovers something startling about Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, and Steffy Forrester Finnegan, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, we can come up with at least one important plot point. Fans of BNB are aware that Hope and Steffy have been at odds over Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, 4 years, although Hope's marriage to him is now strong. On the other side, Steffy's marriage to John Finn Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, is in complete chaos as a result of their most recent Sheila Carter, Kimberlyn Brown, incident and the shocking affair Finn is still unaware of. The dispute between Logan and Forrester Creations has rekindled Hope and Steffy's rivalry. Steffy was upset because Hope had unexpectedly joined Katie Logan Spencer's, Heather Tom fashion firm. Given that Carter is Steffy's ex and Hope is her lifelong nemesis, it would be intriguing to watch her become entangled in this tale of betrayal in the future. What happens if Hope happens to be in the ideal location at the ideal moment for some eavesdropping? It's conceivable that Hope would overhear Carter and Steffy having a heated discussion. Hope may hear Steffy and Carter arguing that their inebriated error will never be discovered. If Hope finds out that Steffy cheated on Finn, she may be devastated by what she has learned. Hope might have to decide whether or not to expose Carter and Steffy. If their conflict worsens, Hope might be tempted to exploit this information to exact revenge on Steffy. If the circumstances are appropriate, Hope may even turn to blackmail. A different aspect of Hope, though, might think that becoming involved is a poor choice. Hope may see it as needless drama that she doesn't need in her life at the moment. Additionally, Hope still has feelings for Carter and is aware that this could ruin his marriage to Daphne Rose Walton, Muriel Hilaire. Hope may choose to remain silent if she learns the complete truth because she has made cheating mistakes of her own in the past. Hope may keep the truth from Finn and Daphne even if she confronts Steffy, Carter, or both. In any case, spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful indicate that Carter and Steffy's infidelity may eventually come to light, so don't miss all the issues that lie ahead. The complex web of rivalries, betrayals, and moral quandaries that characterize the main characters of The Bold and the Beautiful has long been the show's lifeblood, and the most recent events involving Steffy Forrester Finnegan and Carter Walton have set the stage for yet another thrilling chapter. With Carter's own relationship with Daphne Rose Walton experiencing emotional turmoil and Steffy's marriage to John Finn Finnegan already strained to the breaking point due to Sheila Carter's most recent meddling in Monaco, their unexpected drunken encounter has created a secret with far-reaching consequences. Hope Logan Spencer, Steffy's long-standing nemesis and Carter's ex-lover, is now the subject of conjecture. She may soon discover information that puts her in a difficult situation where she must decide whether to tell Finn the truth or keep quiet. In recent weeks, the controversy surrounding Forrester Creations has not revolved around Hope. Her choice to quit the company and work for Katie Logan Spencer's fashion house under the Hope by Logan brand was a big change, and it rekindled her long-standing conflict with Steffy. After years of sporadic cooperation and dispute over lines, leadership, and personal lives, Steffy saw the move as a serious betrayal. In sharp contrast to the turbulence surrounding Steffy and Finn, Hope's marriage to Liam Spencer seems steady for the time being, giving her a sense of personal stability. However, history indicates that Hope seldom keeps silent when information emerges that can tip the scales in her ongoing competition with Steffy. In the realm of daily drama, it is easy to envision Hope discovering the truth. Even though Hope is now affiliated with the competition, Forrester Creations is still somewhat of a shared place. Conversations take place in unexpected nooks, workplaces, and hallways. Steffy and Carter have already shown that they are committed to keeping the evening a secret. The morning following their drunken experience, they both woke up together in the CEO's office and immediately expressed regret. They both agreed that it was a horrible error that would never be discovered. Particularly since Daphne has returned and started the process of mending their marriage, Carter has insisted that Finn be in the dark. At the Cliff House, Steffy was on the verge of confessing to Finn during a sincere attempt at reconciliation, but Finn interrupted her with his own apologies over the Sheila problem. It would only take one ill-timed discussion for Hope to learn the crucial information in such a climate of secrecy and intense emotion. Imagine Hope showing up in Forrester for a spontaneous meeting with relatives, or on business pertaining to unresolved contractual issues. As Carter asks Steffy if she has told Finn, she may stop outside Eric's office or in a more private area of the design floor. It would be hard to ignore their impassioned murmurs about the inebriated error, the necessity of lying, and the disastrous consequences should the truth come to light. Alternatively, Hope might come across tangible proof or witness an instance of unadulterated guilt between the two that leaves little room for other explanations. The realization would hit her hard in either case. Hope would have to deal with a complicated range of feelings after learning that Steffy had cheated on Finn. There is the long-standing rivalry on one level. Steffy has never held back when criticizing Hope for prior transgressions, such as the notorious kiss with Finn that almost ended their romance. At that time, Steffy used her moral superiority to paint Hope as careless and self-serving. Now things have drastically changed. Steffy, who has positioned herself as the unwavering mother and wife, has gone beyond what she formerly denounced others for doing. Hope might be tempted to use this information as leverage, especially if Logan and Forrester's fashion war picks up steam once more. When the stakes are high, blackmail is not wholly out of character for people in this reality, and Hope has demonstrated her ability to be cunning when defending her rights or pursuing justice as she sees fit. However, Hope isn't only an antagonist. She has a history of making bad decisions when under emotional stress, such as the kiss with Finn that Steffy was never able to forgive. Unexpected empathy may result from that shared experience of stepping beyond boundaries during vulnerable times. Carter is still important to Hope. Even if their romance ended, the history endures. She is aware of the harm that disclosing the affair would do to Carter and Daphne's marriage, which was already undergoing serious challenges related to family and the future. Hope may also take the wider collateral impact into account. Finn has had to deal with Sheila Carter's chaotic presence in his life for years. No amount of apology could heal him when he found out that his wife had cheated on him in the immediate wake of the Monaco betrayal. Hope has seen enough family devastation to understand the personal cost of such discoveries. In private times of contemplation, this internal conflict would probably manifest. Hope may confide in Liam to see how far she will go. Although Liam has a rocky past with both Steffy and Finn, he has always been protective of Hope. He might encourage her to be honest for the benefit of all parties, or he might advise her to use caution to prevent causing further suffering. If Hope sought the advice of Brooke Logan, who is always the voice of experience when it comes to complex romantic entanglements, she might provide another viewpoint. Brooke is more familiar than most with how secrets fester, and how the choice to reveal or keep something hidden may forever alter relationships. Drama is increased by Hope's possible run-in with Steffy or Carter. Tension would build in the moment if she decided to go straight to them. Steffy would probably respond with a mixture of fear and indignation, already burdened by guilt and the shaky pace of her reconciliation with Finn. She can bring up all of Hope's previous transgressions and accuse her of being hypocritical. Carter might remind Hope of the times they united against the Forrester establishment by drawing on their common past. Hope would have to make a snap decision about whether to give them a deadline, insist that they reveal the truth, or just leave the information as a secret weapon. The existence of the secret puts constant pressure on Hope, even if she decides to remain silent in the near future. Such explosive material is rarely hidden in soap opera narratives for an extended period of time. The truth is frequently forced into the open by unintentional mistakes, discoveries made by third parties, or the sheer weight of guilt. Hope is a possible spark because of her knowledge. She could carefully consider the moment when disclosing the affair would cause Steffy the most strategic harm in their battle at work. Alternatively, she might act because she feels morally obligated to tell Finn the whole truth about the lady he is battling so hard to maintain. The central quartet of Steffy, Finn, Carter, and Daphne is not the only group affected. Once the secret is revealed, Ridge Forrester and Taylor Hayes will undoubtedly get involved. Over the years, Ridge has developed a complex respect for Carter in addition to his well-established protective impulses over his daughter. As a mother and a therapist, Taylor would have to encourage Steffy while acknowledging the truth of her daughter's behavior. Katie and Bill Spencer of Logan would see any conflict through the prism of their continuous rivalry with Forrester. If Hope's choice is perceived as causing needless fuss, it may either improve her standing within the Logan company or lead to new issues. Another issue is Hope's personal development. She has made an effort in recent years to transcend the never-ending romantic triangle that used to define her. Her attempts to assert agency on her own terms are exemplified by her marriage to Liam and her career makeover at Logan. Steffy runs the risk of reverting to her previous rivalry and reaction habits if she becomes the goalkeeper of her secret. She might be able to keep her distance and concentrate on her own journey by opting for silence. She would be thrown into the very turmoil she has attempted to avoid if she chose reveal. Viewers have witnessed similar situations in the past. For a variety of reasons, from retaliation to protection, characters have concealed knowledge about adultery, paternity, and worse. Rarely are the results tidy. The person who knew but remained silent is frequently subject to secondary judgment when the truth finally comes to light. Hope would have to accept the possibilities. She becomes the messenger of suffering if she tells Finn, and the information ruins his marriage. She runs the risk of being perceived as complicit if she remains silent, and the secret eventually comes to light through other channels. As they potentially construct this plot, the authors of The Bold and the Beautiful have access to a wealth of historical information. The animosity between Steffy and Hope has its origins in several generations of family strife. Carter's transformation from a dependable CEO to a romantic figure has already caused a great deal of turmoil. Finn is especially vulnerable when trust is betrayed because of his unwavering character. Opportunities for layered performances by Annika Noel, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, Lawrence St. Victor, and Tanner Novlin are presented by incorporating Hope's finding into this mix. The question of whether Hope discovers the truth and what she does with it continues to be one of the more intriguing speculative aspects as Steffy and Carter continue to struggle with the secret. Will she utilize the knowledge to her advantage in the fashion war? Out of lingering affection, will she defend Carter? Will she come to the conclusion that Finn deserves honesty despite their complex past? Or will she come to the conclusion that, at least for the time being, some secrets are better left unspoken? The sheer prospect of Hope's involvement elevates the stakes significantly, regardless of the course she ultimately chooses. Characters on The Bold and the Beautiful are consistently placed in morally dubious situations where decisions have serious repercussions. That kind of turning point is represented by Hope's possible discovery of Steffy's evening with Carter. Her choice could alter a number of relationships and the power dynamics between the Logans and the Forresters for future seasons in a world where loyalty, rivalry, and self-preservation are always at odds. Fans will be keeping a close eye on Hope to see if she chooses to fully embrace the storm or stay a bystander. Hope Logan might soon discover that she has a secret that could ruin Steffy Forrester's union with Finn Finnegan. Hope would have to make the difficult choice of telling Finn about Steffy's betrayal or remaining silent, and letting Steffy handle the fallout on her own if the most recent Bold and the Beautiful spoiler scenario comes to pass. Hope might learn that Steffy went too far with Carter Walton. Given that Hope and Steffy have been embroiled in one of the most acrimonious rivalries in Los Angeles for years, this development would be particularly explosive. They have clashed over relationships, careers, family loyalty, and, on multiple occasions, the same men. Since Hope has frequently been the target of Steffy's rage and criticism, finding out that Steffy has secretly betrayed Finn may reveal facts that Steffy fervently wants to keep hidden. Hope might surprise everyone, though, by declining to use the knowledge as a weapon. Whether Hope would be justified in telling Finn is not the most important question. The true question is whether Hope will be able to withstand the urge to let Steffy to go through the same kind of heartache that she has. The possible betrayal by Steffy and Carter would put Hope in a very difficult situation. Carter is more than simply another male in Forrester's social circle. He has a strong bond with Hope, and their relationship has already undergone significant transformation. Hope would find it even more difficult to comprehend Steffy's secret because of that past. Hope may find it difficult to believe at first if she finds out that Steffy and Carter had a private time. Steffy has consistently shown herself as someone who will stop at nothing to keep her marriage to Finn intact. She has insisted time and time again that their family is her top priority and that Finn is the man she loves. Therefore, learning that Steffy surreptitiously started seeing Carter would reveal a startling discrepancy between Steffy's words and deeds. Hope may question if Steffy truly regrets what transpired or if she is just terrified of being discovered. This distinction can become crucial. The Carter-Steffy scenario is being mentioned as a potential secret that might eventually come back to harm them, according to the current spoiler discussion. The notion that Carter and Steffy would try to conceal what happened from Finn has also been a major topic of discussion among fans on the internet. Hope will suddenly have a great deal of power over Steffy if she is the one who learns the truth. Hope might not want such authority though. Hope initially experienced a surge of rage. Every time Steffy accused her of having feelings for Finn, she might think about it. She could recall the fights over the Forrester family, the threats, the insults, and the accusations. Hope may believe that Steffy has finally been exposed for doing something much worse than what she had accused her of. That might make taking revenge very alluring. Hope might demand an explanation from Steffy in private. Rather than rushing to Finn right now, she may ask Steffy one straightforward question. Does Finn know? The tension would become nearly intolerable if Steffy declined. Steffy could implore Hope to remain silent. She may maintain that the interaction with Carter was a grave error and does not accurately reflect her emotions. She may contend that although she needs time to tell Finn the truth, he deserves to know. Hope would then have to determine if Steffy is deserving of that opportunity. Another issue arises. Hope is fully aware of what it's like to be publicly humiliated and deceived. Liam, Steffy, and other Forrester and Spencer family members have caused her heartache. As a result, Hope may have the best understanding of what Finn would go through if he found out that the woman he trusted had cheated on him. Before Finn ever heard the news, Hope could predict his response. Finn would likely be devastated. He has always desired to think that his union with Steffy is distinct from the turbulent relationships that surround them. Sheila's meddling, family disputes, miscommunications, and other dangers have all been overcome by Steffy and Finn. Finn has consistently picked Steffy and supported her through some of her most trying times. A betrayal with Carter would be even more agonizing because of that history. Carter would also not be a stranger. Finn is acquainted with him. Finn might find it nearly impossible to comprehend the revelation as a result. Hope would be setting off a bomb inside the Forrester family if she told Finn. Steffy could find it difficult to explain why she let herself get engaged with Carter, and Finn would probably expect explanations from her. In the meantime, Carter would face his own challenges. He might try to persuade Hope that Steffy's situation was an error. He can claim that both of them made a bad choice because of drink, emotions, and complex situations. Hope, though, might not accept that justification. She might question Carter about why he didn't stop. Carter might be under tremendous pressure to answer that question. Carter would have to acknowledge that their relationship may have been ruined by one careless choice if he genuinely loves Hope. Hope may never look at him the same way again. She may keep her distance from Carter while attempting to decide what to do, even if she does not tell Finn right away. And that's where the plot may get a lot more intriguing. Hope might conclude that Finn is deserving of the truth, but she might also think Steffy ought to be the one to inform him. Hope may give Steffy a deadline rather than expose her. She could let Steffy know that she wouldn't keep the secret forever. Steffy would be in an impossible position as a result. She would be reminded of Finn's ignorance every time they spent time together. Every tender exchange could make her feel more guilty. Steffy may feel worse each time Finn expresses his trust in her. Finn may sense that something is off. Every time Carter walks into the room, Steffy can get anxious. She might not look him in the eye. When Finn inquires about her whereabouts, she can abruptly become defensive. Finn would soon become skeptical of such minor alterations. Finn is also a physician. He has been taught to recognize when a person is flawed. Steffy might be able to keep a secret from everyone else in Los Angeles, but it might be much more difficult to keep it from her spouse. Hope could observe everything from the sidelines. For once, she would have knowledge that Steffy fervently want to conceal, which would make it an intriguing role for her. Hope wouldn't have to engage in direct combat with Steffy. She wouldn't have to make threats. Just the secret would suffice. However, Hope's decision may show how far she has evolved. The former Hope might have exploited the information to defend herself or addressed Steffy right away. The younger Hope could conclude that taking retribution would just lead to further devastation. She may assure Steffy that Hope won't be the one to ruin their marriage, but Finn deserves the truth. Steffy might be taken aback by that. Steffy could have thought Hope would rejoice at her demise. Hope could show kindness instead. Their relationship would undergo a dramatic reversal as a result. Hope has long been seen by Steffy as a danger. She has been concerned about Hope's influence over the guys in Steffy's life, and has questioned her intentions. Steffy might have to reevaluate what she believes she knows about her competitor if Hope abruptly decides to show mercy rather than exact revenge. However, Hope's empathy would be constrained.